Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warsaw, Poland for the grand final. And a packed audience for our grand final as well. Two fantastic teams, one of which will be crowned the brand new world champion for World of Tanks over the next couple of hours. Let's introduce you to the two teams. Our first team are from China, a team who have shocked and surprised us throughout the tournament to become the first ever Chinese team to reach the grand final for World of Tanks. Please make some noise for EL Gaming! And their opponents are a team who have already been crowned champions in their respective region, but they want this more than anything else. They've already taken out the world champions. Can they now name themselves world champions? We'll find out. Please welcome Hellraisers! And before our game gets underway, let's find out from our expert panel led by the able and willing Joshua Gray.
Thank you very much, Paul, and we are excited to be able to crown a champion here in just a few minutes. Here at the expert desk, we're going to allow our players to set up and get ready, so stand by. We're going to break down some of these teams and also the historical event that is the Grand Finals, the second Grand Finals that has ever existed for the Wargaming.net League, and how the measured improvements with the game, with the format, and also with these teams have brought us to today. First off, though, Ola, let's check in with you. The final team vote is about to begin.
It is already up at our Facebook page, which is WGL EU. So you can cast your votes for either EL Gaming or Hellraisers. And actually, we already have some results, like preliminary.
Got it.
Yes, and they're like 33 to 66. And I won't tell you.
You won't tell me which one? No. 33 to 66.
I'll keep the intrigue for a while.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 33% for EL Gaming, and
right.
it's 34 already.
Spoiler.
Yep.
You really kept us hanging for about 4 seconds. Good job. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more people voting right now. Then go to thegrandfinals.com to vote, correct?
Listen, I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, all right.
With the team vote, because there are really, really good prizes now. So if you vote for your favorite team and you guess and predict the exact scoreline correctly, then you will get maybe World of Tanks branded Razor Goliathus, World of Tank branded Razor Death Adder, World of Tank branded Razor Kraken Pro headset, and 50 bonus codes. So just go there at their Facebook page, it's WGL EU, and cast your vote for your favorite team.
And the MVP vote is still going on right now as well?
Yes, the MVP vote is going on right now as well. So you just go to the wgl.gg/MVP. Oh, why do you want me to say that? All right, and yes, you propose your favorite player to our committee and we see what it is. But when you propose it, you have a chance to win one of 3 IMX 1357 premium tanks, 5,000 gold, 2,500 gold, 1,500 gold, 1,000 gold, and Tank Jinx t-shirts and 150 bonus codes.
All right.
That's all for our viewers, for players, for everyone.
Okay. Thank you very much. A lot of things we're giving out here in the finals. And great job this weekend, Ola. You have been on top of all the social media, and a huge thank you to everybody that's been sending in their tweets using the hashtag #TheGrandFinals. Continue to do so and vote for your favorite team here in the finals and also for the MVP. All right, gentlemen. Before we get into these two teams, let's kind of talk about the impeccable, incredible storyline of what it is to be here today. I remember a number of years ago commentating World of Tanks at an international event, And in its infancy, it was starting to draw a larger and larger crowd. And more teams, especially in the CIS and EU region, were latching onto this esports system. In America, more and more teams were getting interested, but some of that momentum took a little while because the game is a little bit different compared to what Americans are used to. I am impressed to continually see the improvements, not only in the game itself with the 7x54 changes, which is fantastic, but also the observer mode and the prize pools as they continue to increase. Mojo, we were here last year on this stage in a different venue, but in Warsaw, and we crowned a champion, Na'Vi, last time, and a lot has changed since then with a lot of these different teams. What have you noticed in your regions with the evolving team dynamics and strategies in World of Tanks?
Previously, it was all about CS domination. Always an internal, and one team was always about Na'Vi. Every tournament was about what will Na'Vi do, where will they go, what will they do, what tactics are they making, and such things. Format change came, and I think this format suits more people. It's absolutely aggressive, as you can see. People like it, enjoy it, to play it, to watch it, and the results are shown. I would never in wildest imagination see a Chinese team in finals. Never. But here we go. European team, Kazna, after so many tournaments, they're in top 4. It's still a great success. Europeans first, beating Virtus on the way, and coming here. It's a great success. So I think there is no loss here. This is just a huge leap for this game. It can just go higher.
It definitely can. And to be honest with you, I didn't think that an Asia-Pacific team or a Chinese team would have made it past the semifinals at this tournament. Maybe in year 3 next year, possibly to see more development in those territories, in those regions. But we're all surprised by that, and very pleasantly surprised. Hopefully America can now jump into that. So,
well, we have America here.
We have an American here. What better segue than to talk to Zoidberg here from Elevate. I want to talk a little bit more about Bernal Empires in particular, a team that did see an international event at the Rumble in the West, and how the change from season 2 of the WGL Bernal Empires, struggling, still performing well, but struggling to make it to the finals, and now a championship team. What has that experience been like?
It's been exciting to be a part of. I initially ran the old Elevate team. We had a merger with Bernal Empires before the season. Started out with a little bit of a struggle. We lost our first 3 games, struggled for another game or 2, and then our aggressive style, like I said, for the WGL stuff we did, started to really catch on. We started to figure out what to do, how to move that on. And I think the thing that we're most excited about right now, obviously, we're not happy with our performance this tournament. We wanted to do better. We wanted to go farther. But we're excited to see what we can come back and do with next year. As long as we keep improving, as long as we keep doing better, we definitely see ourselves advancing farther and farther each Global Grand Finals until North America is a major presence in World of Tanks esports.
And we'll continue to strive for that, most definitely. I remember one of my personal favorite moments in season 1 of the finals. This was new to everybody, to the commentators, to the production staff, and to the players. We put on a fun show, a great show, and Simp was in the finals against Fulcrum Gaming at the time, who later became Fnatic. And there was a shot that was fired at the last moment from Simp, and it stopped in the air because time ran out. And that shot cost Simp $25,000. It was that close. And that's how close these engagements will be between these different teams. That's how close we've seen these engagements, especially with Kaza Crew and EL Gaming, and how well EL Gaming was able to play their individual game and to make it here to the finals. Jordy, you've been involved with World of Tanks for a while. I think one of the, maybe not issues or concerns, but just one of the things that we kind of notice is that players have been changing teams all over the place. One individual from Hellraisers went over to Na'Vi a little while ago. He used to be part of Unity, correct? And how you see kind of those free agents and those changes, and also the cutting of players that just can't make the grade because so much money and reputation is on the line.
I think with the new format coming in, Na'Vi wanted to make an all-star team. They took the best of Unity with the best of Na'Vi, removing their T1 players, making an all-star team. Also in other regions, we are now seeing a big increase of players changing teams. A lot of teams are catching on to the fact that if they want to compete, they cannot have a weak link in their team anymore. They need to have 7 people who are capable of doing the damage and holding their own. And that's why I think we're seeing a lot of players falling out. They used to be part of a team because of friendships in the past, seasons they played before, but I think a little bit of that is going away, and it's more getting more professional, more into a very competitive scene.
Definitely, almost cutthroat because you have to perform, and both these teams have performed. Let's dive a little bit more into EL Gaming. Aggression. That is their strength, but your greatest strength can also become your greatest weakness. How do they play their game and still win here in the finals?
They need to do their aggression, but unpredictable. They cannot push the ways that Hellraisers are going to expect them. They need to surprise them. For example, traps where they come aggressive out, or just wait a little bit, play tactically, and then counter push. Because if they're just going to attack every single round, I think after 2 or 3 rounds, Hellraisers is going to filter out that aggression and set up for it. Start off more passive, the style we see Na'Vi play, for example. Just set up passive and wait for that push to come in. We saw Na'Vi do it once against Hellraisers, and Hellraisers pushed into nothing and got caught in a crossfire. I think Elong just needs to do aggression on different points. Not always the same position, other points on the map.
And definitely set up those traps and try to control the enemy behavior, your opponent's behavior, by having them expect you're going to push and then do the opposite. It's a lot of mind games moving into this finals. Hellraisers, another surprise, but a good surprise, a team that has a lot of experience competing. They were 3rd place last year on this stage. Mojo, what do you think is their greatest strength, and what do they have to watch out for that can become too predictable?
First of all, we are going to play now best of 13. That will give us more room. More room is always better for a team that is more experienced, and that's Hellraisers. It will give them more maps, and even if something goes wrong in the start, if they get caught off foot by some immediate attack of EL Gaming, they will be able to recover. EL Gaming will have to really think what will they do, because if they don't have some solid tactics, this will not go well. Hellraisers have proven us in previous matches they can hold their ground in any kind of combat. They're adapting really fast, changing tanks based on what they see on tournament. So they have no weak spots as such. None. Only that I can see is that if they outthink themselves. They lost 2 games to Na'Vi only because they thought something is going on and then blindly pushed. Those are the only 2 games they lost. Everything else that they played tactical, they won.
Just to think of the different outcome that could have happened here for the finals. Na'Vi was the favorite to win. We all know that. The audience here knows that. But now that they're out, it's a different kind of feeling, a different kind of anxiety for both these teams. They are both striving to be champions. The difference of that anxiety being if you're already a champion, how hard it is to defend that title when you have a giant bullseye on your back. Compared to these 2 teams, they both have something to prove. I feel Unity may have a little bit more of that monkey on the back. We've been here before. We know we can do this. We don't have Na'Vi or Kazna Crew or Virtus Pro as an obstacle. We can make it through. EL Gaming surprising everybody. I think they're the one team we have really no expectations except they're going to play the best games in their lives, and I'm looking forward to that.
We should have kind of expected a surprise to come into the finals, because we've seen amongst all regions, except for the APAC region, where an underdog team comes out and wins in their region in the new format. So in the finals, what are we seeing? We're seeing Hellraisers, C2 from Russia, CIS region, and we're having Elong, which is also the 2nd seed. So them playing in the finals, it's kind of unexpected, but something we should have foreseen by seeing what happened in other regions at the time.
I think to build on that, something that you see in 754 with the more aggressive play style is teams that are playing to win have an advantage against teams that are playing not to lose. And I think we saw that with Hellraisers versus Na'Vi. Na'Vi was out there trying to hold their championship, playing not to lose, making a few mistakes like that. Hellraisers came out there confident, they played to win, and they took it to Na'Vi and they won.
And that type of mentality is very important. People are like, what does that really mean, play to win and play not to lose? It's having a set plan for every single battle and to allow that plan to be very flexible. Hellraisers had that flexibility, EL Gaming had that flexibility, and that's both a strength for both these players. As we see Hellraisers on our team right now, as we mentioned before, came 3rd in the 2014 Grand Finals and won Season 2 of the WGL RU CIS. The seasonal performance, though, of Hellraisers, I think they're allowed to kind of let a lot of that stuff go, a lot of that baggage go for all the different seasons they fought here in the RIS region. Now they can focus on this one match, this one series, and to be able to hone in those different things. Every individual player thinking, what's going to happen if this happens? What happens on Ruinberg? What happens on Himmelsdorf? What happens on Cliff? What have we seen from these teams before? How much time have we practiced? Have we prepared? A lot of that thinking has to go out the window. You have to not overthink your opponent as well. And I think some of those teams struggled. throughout this weekend. Yesterday, we saw a lot of 5-0s, 5-1s, 5-2s, and teams kind of get in a zone or a mode of, we got this, we're fine, rest up, we don't need to study these other teams. We had such a phenomenal performance yesterday, and that can trip some teams up. And I think that happened a little bit today with some of the high caliber teams that we've seen from last year.
Here you have to focus on your screen, on your teammates, on the TeamSpeak, and that's it. If you allow yourself to be out of your let's say, calm spot, you are influenced like some teams we've seen, and you will go in downslide big time.
Still really proud of Hellraisers though, because we've always seen the performance and the capabilities of this team, and for them to finally show it on the grand finals where they did fail in the Russian finals, let's be honest, they did throw that game away against Navi. Now beating Navi 5-2 and coming into the grand final is something I'm really happy to see, because it's a team with so much potential. It's such a good team. It's so nice to see them. But also Elong. I mean, none of us expected at the beginning of the event that this would happen, that we would be seeing a Chinese team in the finals. They have shown us some great potential and shown us what true aggression means.
Exactly. All right. Well, it's always been a pleasure to be with you here today, gentlemen. We will wrap up the end of this series, but now it is time for the finals. The maps have been chosen: Ruinberg, Prokhorovka, Mirovanka, and Cliff, and it's our pleasure to throw it over to the commentators.
Thank you so much, guys on the desk, for breaking that down absolutely beautifully. So now it is time to turn the attention to the game. That's what it's all about. Two teams that really, probably at the start of this event, you'd never say would have made it this far. So much adversity stood in their way, but regardless, it is EL Gaming up against Hellraisers, and we have got one hell of a match coming up.
I 100% agree. I mean, EL Gaming being in the finals as the second seed from APAC, making it all the way through every kind of obstacle you could possibly imagine. It's truly incredible. And Hellraisers, forever the underdog, forever the bridesmaids, could be the bride this time round. Let's hope that kind of curse they have for second place doesn't follow them all the way here.
Yeah, and speaking of coming up towards this point and following them here, what about their paths here? Because we've been kind of seeing these guys on the big stage, off the big stage, both having very different routes. What can we make from that? Who have they faced, and what really did stand in their way?
So at the beginning of the tournament, it was kind of a little bit shaky from EL Gaming. I mean, they got 5-0 by Navi in their first match of the group stages on the side stage. Absolutely obliterated on Ruinberg and Cliff. They moved on to fight SC6, and that's really where they started to get into their kind of swing of things with that really aggressive style. I think they got slapped in the face by Navi, and they thought, we just have to go all in if we actually want to do something in this tournament. They actually ended up beating them 5-3. So that was their big first result, and I think that's where their confidence started. And that's really where they could finally get into the right mindset to beat Krasnokru, which you saw earlier today. Even being 3-1 down after Mirovanka, beating them 5-3 on Cliff. Amazing performance, no one would have expected that. And for Hellraisers, they started really shaky as well, just like EL Gaming. They 5-4, they won obviously against Arete, but 5-4 against Arete. I mean, seed number 1 from APAC, but no one would have expected that.
Not something you'd say would ever happen.
Exactly. I mean, these are the champions of World of Tanks. The biggest server, the most competitive server. They just got 5-4'd, and it was so close at the end. They went on to fight Krasnokru. They managed to beat them 5-2. That's in their second group stage match. And finally, they saw themselves beat Navi 5-2 as well in that absolutely epic series.
Speaking of epic series, this one is about to begin. You can see it there. Ruinberg will be the first map we're going to see between these two. And what a way to start the ball rolling towards what is waiting on that stage. It's EL Gaming up against Hellraisers, head-to-head right now. This is going to be phenomenal. Guys and girls, get loud in the crowd. This is going to change everything in the way we view World of Tanks. And the boys on that screen are going to be the ones bringing it to you live from here. And you can hear it right there. Time to roll out, time to look in towards game. And starting on the attacking side, it will be EL Gaming. And on the defense, to lock it down, it's Hellraisers.
They're gone for the 12T EL Gaming. That's a little bit unusual. We've seen it a couple of times, but by this team, maybe they want to go for some sort of spot or some sort of hold down position where they can keep it safe and unspotted via Hellraisers. Hellraisers, pretty standard start over towards the right side. They got Kermek in that normal position with the IS-3. As EL Gaming just surge forwards.
Yeah, certainly looking very decisive towards this one. Slightly different to what we usually see, something that we've almost learned to expect from EO Gaming, and they're going to be going straight in towards that IS-3, swarming it, not with 2 that we've seen before, but with 3. Already though, Lolvo does take down 1, so it's starting off in Hellraiser's favor, but can they keep that up? The IS-3 is starting to get low, down to a 1-shot now. It'll be a great way to make the impact. Nightmare gets that one on the board. Big impact play, but Lolvo is not happy with just 1 kill already. He gets 2. Perfect start.
I mean, it's obvious that the IS-3 can go down. It's really how much you sacrifice to take it down, and I think EL Gaming sacrificed a little bit too much there. They have got some decent position. Camp is also underway. You'll see Hellraisers start to rotate around, try and deal with that cap, but they might not realize 2 MX-3090s are ready and waiting.
That's a huge factor that's about to come into play, and Nesquik is going to find that out the hard way. Fox denies him. And this is a good attack from EL Gaming, but still on a knife's edge. This could still swing either way. The cap has begun, but it's a slow one. They're not overcommitting just yet. You can see Diodor, Monty, Lolvo, near you, all starting to build. This is when they start folding. And EL Gaming know that. They're starting to put themselves towards the cap. A couple of shots coming through, and this is a very close game.
With those AMX-3090s kind of being out of the battle a little bit for quite a long time, it's kind of given Hellraisers that middle area. It allows them to go forwards without taking any crossfire and obviously get the resets and maybe potentially even take down Nightmare.
Oh, Nightmare's really in trouble here. Look how low he is, down to 2 HP. Monty makes light work of that, and now looking more blood at this moment. It's going to be Reflection next down, and it's surely going to be Hellraisers. 3 left here, perfect way to start out, but can they close now? Can they lock this down? Diodor gets down, Spring, EU jumps in. It's all on Fox, and Fox is nowhere to be found. He is waiting out in the fields, and he's about to be taken down by Hellraisers. They've spotted him. They're shot after shot, and EU gets the first round on the board.
Solid all-round performance from Hellraisers. Weren't tested that much. A nice little adaptation for EL Gaming with those AMX-3090s, but it did give Hellraiser a little bit too much control and a little bit too much time to actually get the resets, and Nightmare in that 5100 was just an easy target. But I think you have to consider this. EL Gaming had to play one city map at the end of the day. I mean, they're going to ban out Himmelsdorf, they keep Ruinberg in, and that's the reason why they might potentially go down a few rounds in this one.
Exactly, and saying that, maybe you can explain that this is slightly different in the way it plays out, you know, match round or however you want to say it. This isn't quite the normal format. This is going on longer. Yeah,
like the previous season finals we've had, the regional finals, this is best of 13, so first to 7 rounds will secure you the title of world champion for the grand finals 2015, of course. So Ruinberg, Prokhorovka, Muravanka will be seeing as those normal maps, but first to 7, it's one hell of a slog. It's more about that slow kind of pacing to really get you that last round. You've got to think about mental fatigue as well.
And you got to love that. Hellraiser's starting to work the crowd better than I am. They're having a good time up there, and that's perfect. A young team getting that confidence going so early on is vital. So let's see how they go. As we said, it's first to 7, so it's a slightly longer game here. And we know that EL Gaming do not like city maps. They've been playing outside of them for the vast majority of this tournament. However, as you said, they're going to have to play one when it's this sort of format. So if they pick up maybe 2 rounds, maybe 1, I don't think that's a bad start for them.
It's a great start, especially on Ruinberg. Hellraisers banned out Cliff, clearly. EL banned out Himmelsdorf. So both the 2 strongest maps for the 2 teams. I mean, funnily enough, both of them haven't played any Himmelsdorf in these last 2 days. So they've completely negated that city map, which is not surprising too much. I mean, you would ban out Himmelsdorf against Hellraisers or Na'Vi. They're just completely another level in that situation on those maps where it's very easy to predict what's going to happen, and it's very easy to win when you have the better kind of players in those heavy tanks. So obviously unpredictability is where EL Gaming will be focusing their attention, and I see that on Prokhorovka and Muravanka. They looked pretty strong against Kazna, to be fair, on Muro. I'm going to be looking at Prokhorovka as really the map they really do some damage to Hellraisers, but I think a couple of interesting tactics on Ruinberg could easily see them pick up a round.
Exactly, and that's what we're looking for. How can they chip away at who you could argue, and the votes represented, are the favourites here? Hellraisers, not by a vast margin, but you guys at home still have faith in these boys to pull it through, even though EL Gaming have been taking names on their route through this tournament, surprising everyone with how far they've really come. A team that no one probably really prepared for, probably hard to really research, but how much of EL Gaming be able to research for the others? Has their play style even allowed for it? I think they're confident enough that they can just stick to their game style, focus on their own games almost, and not have to worry about the others too much. But we'll see. We'll see what they can bring. We're still just waiting on these guys to talk it through, get ready. This is a big stage. A lot of decisions need to be made perfectly. They can't rush it. They don't want to. They want to be perfectly in the right mindset, because one round can change everything. Even if it's first to 7, which is a lot longer than before, you still want every single step of that way to be correct. That's where you can see them just talking it through, chatting it out, and just making sure they're perfectly ready for that next round.
You know, if you look at Ruinberg in the past for EL Gaming, well, we have a few minutes. Only played 6 rounds in that regular season of APAC. No wins on attack, only about 66% win ratio on the defensive side. So, you know, they might be looking at the defensive side to pick something up here. I think for EL, they just need to kind of slow it down, but keep it kind of controlled and control chaos. Chaos is really the phrase I would like to use for EL Gaming on Ruinberg.
Well, let's see if they can keep it under control. We're ready for round number 2. The teams are in this one, and already big confident play comes out, and Black gets held where he tried to cross. And look at this positioning from Hellraisers. They are meeting them on every single front.
Hellraisers just getting the higher ground, sniping down the tanks on the F line. I think EL might have to reverse to try and get out of here, but if they do get some good snipes, they might be able to do some real damage towards Hellraisers as well.
But the question is, can they escape? How much damage can they negate here? Nesqui is in real trouble. Niyu bails out one, taking out Reflection, but not going to get any more. And now look at this. EL Gaming again ripped to shreds here. Surely they can take this through. It's a 2-for-2 exchange, but maybe EL Gaming are not done just yet. Ren caught out in the open. Near you, Lolvo looking to punish it, and they surely will. Spring, however, did take down Diador. This is a scrappy battle, guys. It's certainly not done just yet. Nice is on the run. Chased down by 3. And Lucifer looking to do the damage. Gets the shell now. Delivers, gets it. Does manage to get away, though. Nice might just have found some cover, and look at this. Still calm, still waiting. But this is a much faster paced game.
Seems to me like EL Gaming wants to try and regroup a little bit. You got the AMX 3090s in the cap. The T54 Black, I don't know why he's still there. He could probably run out of there, but KMX can have a little bit of a field day against him.
Oh, blow for blow. This guy is just going to be taken down. He can do a little bit of damage here and there, but as soon as that shell is ready, he's going to be in real trouble. And there you have it, dispatched of swiftly. And you're going to see the retraction from the rest of the team. Going to stop that cap where it started. Lucifer and Near You going to head to stop that one. As Fox and Spring can only wait. Fire comes in from Lolvo. Gets the first. Near You looking to get himself in there. Big bit of damage coming through, though. They're not done just yet. Gonna go for the aggressive play, but so much damage being dealt. Surely they're in trouble now. Near You could go down. Fox has the shell, but it's Spring to take him down. And look at this. They turn it around. It's 3v2. Time is still of the essence. Hellraisers have the HP, but they still have guns in the game. Oh, but massive shell damage comes in towards Nice. He's now under severe threat, but can they pull this one back?
Knight has been such a formidable player all this season. Great positioning, great timing to get in there and take down Near You. But Lovu, Kamek still got great positions, and Kamek in that slow IS3 takes a long time to get where he has to, but when he does, he's going to do real damage.
Yeah, exactly. He's brought these boys down to almost a one-shot each. This should be clean pickups here. Fox desperately trying to sit in cover, trying to stay alive. I mean, just waiting with that IS. You can see him peeking out, waiting for it, trying to take the time for the shot. He gets it nicely down, not rushing that one. And now 2v2. This would take something magical from EL Gaming with only 221 HP left. The shot's just not hitting for Nice here. As you said, the high ground paying off. These better positionings paying off dividend for Hellraisers. It's Nice and Spring still trying to fight this out, still trying to find any way in.
So let's do a little bit of math here. Spring's got about 860 damage in that MX 3090 left. Lovu's on about 800 HP, so he would theoretically have to hit all 4 shells to take him down. As KMX and the IS3 does find the end of that shell.
Now 2v1, maybe they can turn this on its head. Spring gonna start going a little bit more aggressive as Lolvo, an outstanding player so far, is going to have to step up for his team. Lock it down, deny this. But oh, he's been caught out a little. He does pick up the first. Lovely little reaction shot there. And now 1v1. Nice up against Lolvo. The HP difference is huge here. What can he do? Silence amongst the Hellraisers side. letting him play it through. Nice, readjusting. 2 minutes and 46 seconds. I'm not sure what he can do in this one. He's going to try and make a play out of it. Same tank, different HP. How can he make this work?
Well, he has to hit both shots. T54, 250 average damage, 500 left on Lovu. So unless he gets lucky, it will just be 2 shots, well, 3 shots altogether. But, 522, I think he can kind of say, okay, well, one of them will be higher. But still, if I was a gambling man, I would be with Lovu. The maths just simply support him right now. And you've also got to consider he's on the defense, so all he has to do is wait for that 2 minutes to go down, get himself into a nice position. Once Nice starts capping, he knows exactly where he is, and he can go and react to him. Nice knows that he can't cap it, and will actually just try and go for the one-on-one engage, and I hope he survives.
Let's see what he can achieve from this. He's taken the long road, he's stayed unspotted. He's made it thus far. He knows where Lovu was. He knows he hasn't moved. He's going to try and move in for this. He needs at least 2 very good rolls to hit here. Can he make it? That's the big question now. Nice, approaching from the eastern side. He's so close to him now. 1v1. This will be a big round. The spot comes out, the Torii turns, he gets the first. Oh, he rips the ramp! And Niyu and the boys in Hellraisers plays it down.
Lovu just stepping up for his team. That's how you know he's a good player. In previous formats, a lesser player might have not been able to deal with Nice, might have let the pressure get to him, but Lovu's not that man. And he does put another round on the board for Hellraisers, making it to 2-0 even, towards the Russian and CIS team.
But let's look at it this way. Let's kind of flip it on its head. EL Gaming are not done just yet. They got closer than I've seen most people get towards these CIS teams on Ruinberg. Ruinberg is their fortress. It's their home, it's their land, and they are not letting anyone into it. But that was close. That was 1-1. Still a lot to be seen here. Time for a side switch. They're going to be changing things over, discussing it through again. But I don't know, EL Gaming still looking very dangerous.
What EL Gaming did very well in that round was basically play the corners. They played the line of sight game. Niyu was going in with that 5100. He went for the reset, managed to do it against Nightmare. But the thing is, he lost line of sight of the rest of his team, which allowed Nice in that quick T54 lightweight to basically scamper in from behind and get a good engage. Gets 2 tanks down and managed to reset the fight a little bit. That brings it all even. But then that's where Hellraiser's individual play on a map like Ruinberg actually really does carry them through to the win. But it was great timing by EL Gaming. And, a lot of people have been saying, this constant aggression from EL Gaming is a reason why they're winning. But it's not just that. It's the fact that they have that split-second decision-making that's only comes about because you're an extremely good team, that you've been practicing a lot, that you know every single team here, you know how they play, you know the individual player ability. EL has all of that.
They certainly do, and most people are very surprised by it. Most didn't think they'd have that coming into this, and especially with that start than they had when they went down so early on, but yet were able to claw their way through, proving that they can fight through adverse situations. And currently facing 2-0, it's not awful. It's not over yet. There's still a lot of rounds to be played here. But if Hellraisers get a 4-0, I feel that's almost too far.
Yeah, I think, well, a 4-0 wouldn't be great for EL Gaming, but that we said that against Kaznakru when they went 3-1 on Muravanka, and they came back to win 5-2, 5-3. So I mean, come on. EL Gaming is that team that's proven us wrong time and time again, and they might just do the same here.
Well, let's find out if they can do it again. Can they prove us wrong? That's the big question now. Sides will be switched, so I believe it'll be Hellraisers on the attack and EL Gaming on the defense. So big testing time now as we see the lineups coming in. Nothing too surprising, nothing too different, but this could be a massive showdown here.
Yeah, they're going pretty aggressive, looking like they got kind of a Kazna-S style on this one. But EL Gaming, good prediction in the right place at the right time.
They're ready for this, but can they punish Hellraisers for this, going so aggressive so early on? Can they find out? No, the T-37 gets destroyed. Nesquik comes through and finds the first. But it's not enough. They're going to continue pushing. The fire comes in from afar from the eastern village, but now towards the north, where the vast majority of EL Gaming are waiting. Nice. Using the slight defilade there, but still getting a lot of damage from the likes of Kemiek, Lolvu, and Diador starting to push through. Damage coming each way, no one getting pinned down just yet. Still good fire coming across. Nesquik and Monty not crossing through just yet either, holding back. So Can EL Gaming punish Hellraisers as they wait it out now? Good bits of fire coming in near you, getting a lot of work towards him, being focused down that 5100. Nice is looking for that shot near you. Can he avoid it? That's the question. Oh, Spring finds Diador, but it's a 1-for-1 exchange so far in the big battle here, as near you is down to nothing, staying alive. Reflection barreling in. He wants to get this done now. He comes in from the back. He gets down one. Looks for the follow-up. Spring's on reload. He's just going to go crazy into this, looking for maybe the ram. Not going to get it. As Reflection gonna go for this cleanup now. He's waiting for this shot to become available. He wants to take down Luciquel, and he might just get it. Gets one shot in, but it's not enough, and it's just Reflection left. Out of nowhere, it's Hellraisers locking this one down. One kill comes in, but it's not enough, and Hellraisers just show dominance.
Dominance is what Hellraisers personify. They just, they had everything there, and it was really won and lost right at the beginning when EL Gaming had them in their barrels and didn't make their shots. They weren't expecting them to come so aggressively across that cap. I think they were expecting them to come from the middle and push through. If EL Gaming just turn those corners, aim down that road, there are a few bushes, but they had Nice there to spot that road. They could have shot through the bushes and done a lot of damage to Hellraisers, but Hellraisers pretty much got into that village area with 100% HP. They had near you there in the 5100, who soaked a lot of damage, 1.4k HP on that French tier 8 heavy tank. And then Hellraisers simply pushed in, managed to surround and take them down, and despite Reflection doing a pretty good job there, he just couldn't quite save his team in that situation.
Exactly, and that's going to give Hellraisers a 3-0 lead here. And we kind of expected something similar, but EL Gaming need to make that impact play. They need to make it pretty darn soon. There's no two ways about that. They have to push harder. They have to get that step forward. They seem to get so close, as you keep saying. They're playing well, but just not quite well enough yet. They need that extra 10%. But it is Ruinberg. It is Hellraisers. And it is going to be a very tough match for the boys on your screen there. You can see him just switching something out, I believe. Just maybe an issue with the mouse there. He wants to get that fixed or make sure everything's working out properly. But as we said, these two teams, a hell of a lot on the line here. This is the grand final. This is what it comes down to. But EL Gaming need to get into this game soon.
I think for EL Gaming, they need to kind of try and play in the open fields. I mean, obstacles are their biggest problem. Hellraisers knows how to play around houses very well, know how to play around bushes, know how to play around trees and fences and walls, and that's giving them the coordination they need, the damage they need to take them out. When obstacles are slowing your team down, when coordination and focus fire simply are not enough, that's when Hellraisers seem to have the advantage. EL Gaming, I think they need to kind of relax, get whatever break they have now, to say, okay guys, we need to put one round on the board on Ruinberg to stay pretty happy with ourselves going into Prokhorovka. One round would be fantastic, and I think Hellraisers know that. That might play on their mind a little bit. Too much pressure could cause Hellraisers to slip in this next round.
Well, this is a pretty big round coming up. As you said, it would be really good for EL Gaming to pick up this final one, just to get one on the board, to stop it feeling such a big task to overcome. But they've seemed so calm throughout all of this, so collected from the very start. They don't even look pressured just yet. Still looking so ready for those next two maps following. Prokhorovka and then Moravanka. Start on Ruinberg, it was a very tough one to begin on. There's so much to be played for. Well, you have to wait and see what they come up with, what their ingenious plan is, because it's so easy to overlook them, but it is all about those open maps.
Open maps is where that EL Gaming side has been so dominant in this last few days. I want to see what Nightmare Reflection can do to pick their team up a little bit. EL Gaming hasn't come back in this tournament after losing. They lost their first one and then they carried on through. They won every single other game, and they know the importance of representing the APAC region as seed number 2 against seed number 2 from Russia and CIS, the best region.
Here we go, ladies and gents, this final round on the first map. It is such an important one here for EL Gaming. They want to get something on the board out of this. Hellraisers are so happy already, surely with these 3 rounds. They're going to try and make it for as much as they can, but you know they're feeling good about this. So, into the game we go. Once again, EL Gaming on the attack, Hellraisers on the defense, but both these teams are going head-to-head.
So Hellraisers going for that right side. We don't really see that push along the 0 line from EL Gaming that much.
Oh, Reflection. He's been caught out so badly here. 3 tanks have such a presence, but look at this. The backup has arrived. They're rolling in, but can they do the damage? 2 tanks on the front lines here. Nesqui is going to be melted by Nice, and Nice is down to nothing. Quickly avenged by Niu, bailing out his brothers, but Spring is there, and it's back and forth all the way. Hellraisers holding onto the HP though. Not giving in just yet. Black's down to nothing. Lotho in the perfect spot to deny him. Monty takes the dominant shot. And now down to 2. This is a bloodbath. And Hellraisers is creating it. One-man stance. And that was just dominance from start to finish. As soon as they spotted Reflection, that game was over and done. Nothing to be seen here. This is just diabolical.
Guan ran the last one to Volvire, who's been an absolute fantastic player. Lovu and the drags are unreal. Hellraisers pulled EL Gaming in half. They made them go away from them. They put the backs to them. Those 5100s, the MX-1390s could just pump shell after shell into those retreating EL Gaming players. The coordination from EL Gaming was good, and the all-in from EL Gaming was good as well, but it was just a turkey shoot.
It was. But they don't look too worried just yet. Bearing in mind, it's 1st to 7 this time. So there's room to breathe, there's room to move, but they need to start now. Map 2 is the important one. We've said time and time again, these city-based maps or the slightly city-orientated maps were always going to be Hellraiser's sort of map to really dominate on. And they've done that. They've done their job to now. However, Prokhorovka is a different beast altogether. We've seen how strong EL Gaming can be. But can they be that strong against Hellraisers?
Well, Hellraisers against Na'Vi saw Hellraisers use a pretty EL Gaming tactic, pushing all in, being very aggressive, using coordination and getting better focus fire. Na'Vi didn't have any answer, even when they had technically the positional advantage. And having that kind of play on the back of your mind, I'm not sure if Hellraisers are going to be thinking, oh, we should sit back and let EL Gaming play their game, or we're going to go forwards and just try and give them a taste of their own medicine. For me, it would definitely be that second one, because if EL has taught any teams and all of us this whole last couple of days, this weekend, is that you can't let them play their game. You can't let them do what they do best. You've just got to do the exact same thing as them and just outplay them in their own game.
And that's what it comes down to. Simple as that. Oh, simple as it sounds, I guess. But still, EL Gaming facing a 4-0 deficit could be weighing on some teams' minds. I could imagine a couple of teams, if they got to this point, would have maybe felt too much pressure by now. But we looked at the EL Gaming guys earlier on the screen, and they looked fairly calm. The high five still going down the line, not looking too worried just yet. And this is what makes me feel they're in a good position on Prokhorovka. However, they're starting on the defensive side. What can we take from that? What can we expect? Or is it not really playing into this map anymore? Is it just that head-to-head clash?
I think it's just that head-to-head clash. I mean, they might have something special. I don't think any of these teams would have saved the special stuff for the grand finals, because you simply can't predict in a single elimination bracket that you'd be in the grand finals, even a double elimination. It just is unpredictable, especially with this format. And I think EL Gaming will just play aggressive regardless of where Hellraisers go on the defensive or the attacking side.
It's time for Prokhorovka, a map that's been prolific throughout the history of World of Tanks, to define if EL Gaming really do have what it takes to compete with some of the best. And right now, they are in the grand finals to prove it. They have to step up beyond belief. Facing that 4-0 deficit, it's time to see what these boys can achieve. EL Gaming at the top, Hellraisers at the bottom. Focus aplenty. Both of these teams looking so ready for this, and we are live into this one. So as we said, EL Gaming on the defensive side, Hellraisers on the attack, and what are we seeing?
Well, EL Gaming going for 3 T-32s. They're kind of saying to Hellraisers, so you're going to do what we think you're going to do, play our own game, and we're going to change things up completely and see what you can throw at us. Obviously, they looked at the Na'Vi game and thought, well, Hellraisers might just be a little bit better than us in some situations, so the T-32s, its armor, its damage, its bouncing ability, could just play in their favor as Hellraisers do charge across the middle.
Well, let's find out. They're just about crossing each other here. They've spotted one. Instant halt. They turn the turrets, but can they get the damage? First shot comes in. Fox is possibly in trouble here, but Kamiak actually being called out himself. This could be dangerous. And now who can adjust the quickest? Who can get into those positions?
Well, if Gunren, Nice, and Nightmare actually go... Fox go hull down with those T-32s, this could be very bad news for Hellraisers as they simply can't compete. Hellraisers have to react somehow.
Let's see what they can come up with here. Monty taking a lot. Nesquik just going hell for leather. He's going straight in. This is insane play. He's just going to go into the lion's den and expect it not to be ripped to shreds. I don't know if he's crazy or what, but it's starting to work out. Two being picked up there for Hellraisers. They're doing the damage. Black though finding Monty now. Here comes the reply from EL Gaming. Not satisfied with this, wanting more, and they're getting it, but near you, not going down without a fight. This is blow for blow. It's 4v3, but in Hellraiser's favor. But can they pull it off now? Can they withstand those T-32s that are still in this game? Black being taken down. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. 2v3. This is a bloodbath. It's a brawl, and it's going blow for blow. And look at this play from Diodor, just constantly chipping away at Gunren. He's down to a one-shot. Diodor delivers. It looks like it's going to be 5-0 here. And Nice, the last man alive. Hellraisers had all the answers. They pushed so hard. They're going to make it to 5. It's still first to 7, but they're on the right path, and that was perfect.
EL Gaming second-guessing themselves a little bit in that match. The 3 T-32s worked so well until Hellraisers did the obvious thing and push forwards, flanking around, and the slow turret traverse of that American Tier 8 heavy tank, hashtag no cons from a man Clutch on the desk, is just not good enough against the mobility and the speed of the T-54 lightweights who can get around, who can basically just focus one down very quickly. EL Gaming, they should have just played their own game, not second-guess themselves, and this is the inexperience of EL Gaming coming into play, and Hellraisers just not even breaking a sweat right now.
And that's a very different look. Last time, it was all smiles, it was all cheer, it was all high fives. Now, EL Gaming look a little bit more worried, just starting to see that little bit of pressure coming into play. And as you said perfectly, they changed their game, they changed their style in the grand finals match. It'd been working until now. They'd got this far, surely they're not going to go for that again.
Well, I would definitely go to what, you always got to go for what you know. EL Gaming just need to go back to basics, well, basics in their book, and just see if it works. I mean, Hellraisers are 5-0 ahead. EL Gaming need to pick up quite a few more rounds, and on Prokhorovka, it's their strong map. You know, they're not playing Cliff anymore, and if they do play Cliff, it's only for one round, and anything can happen in that round. So Hellraisers just dominant right now. I think EL Gaming just need to flank, they need to be mobile, they need to be aggressive. They still have that coordination, but do they have the mental longevity to really deal with these blows that Hellraisers is currently throwing at them?
So let's be honest here. To EL Gaming, their opponents have been phenomenal, but for Hellraisers to beat the teams they have, Na'Vi in their previous game, that would have put them on such a high point that they've become almost this unstoppable force. But let's see if that holds true to trend. We are now seconds away from getting in to another round, a big round coming up as well. This could be really pushing Hellraisers further here. The confidence will be sky high, but can EL Gaming finally stop Hellraisers? Can they get around on the board? All these questions will be answered in just a few seconds. And the lineup has significantly changed.
Yeah, back to basics for EL Gaming. 5 T-54 lightweights, 2 LBBTs. One of the teams that definitely innovated that LBBT, the Russian Tier 7 light tank. An absolute beast in terms of DPN now. This is going to be out the coordination as they both surge towards the middle.
Let's see who can keep it in check the best. The slaughter will begin any second now. The crest on the hill, they're going to go head-to-head. This is huge play coming out, and actually Hellraiser's taking a lot of damage this time. But can they keep up? Look at these two, just butchering each other down. Nesquik is low, but it's Kamiak to fall first to Black, and the precision coming out from EL Gaming is on point so far. Black finds another, Fox chimes in. They're holding on to the numbers, but can they keep this up? Can they finally get around the ball? Diodor so low. Nightmare's made it, and this is EL Gaming showing up finally. That's the style we were waiting on. That's the play we wanted to see. And Niyu knows this is not his round. This is what we needed to see from EL Gaming, finally getting around on the board.
EL Gaming prolonging their finals match with a great coordinated round, and again, they're never gonna second guess themselves. A perfect display of execution and coordination from the APAC seed number 2. A great game there, and that's why EL Gaming has gone through this whole finals being so good. Just the Focus Fire was on another level, and to beat Hellraisers at Focus Fire, it deserves a monolith of its own.
Well, they're working towards one that's just sat on that stage in front of them, so close yet so far. That's the first step on such a long road. They're still down so many rounds. That's the first on the board. It may have looked convincing, but they have to go so far. Hellraisers look a little reminded of why EL Gaming got to this final, being battered and broken down by a team that no one thought would get this far. Let's see if they can keep that up. Huge moments about to come out for EL Gaming. Can they keep this sort of pressure on, Ollie?
They just have to keep it on. They have no choice. They know the weight on them is immense, not just for the APAC region, but also for their Chinese comrades. And you know, they just need to keep going. I think that's cooled them a little bit. With 754, it's about stopping that tilt. Once you get down a few rounds, it becomes very easy to continue losing until it's game over. You know, every single round you say to yourself, okay, just relax, we'll go into the next round better. But you just need to be treating every round as its own entity, and treating it with respect, and just try and win the engagements individually and as a team. And I think that's what EL Gaming will be thinking right now.
I'd love to be able to understand what's on their mind. I'd love to be able to hear those team comms in that moment where they've just been able to finally stop Hellraisers on a clean streak. But it's not going to be easy from now on. They found out that it works. They go back to their old style. It works. They don't have to just adapt to the teams against them. Their style is absolutely formidable, and I want to see more of it. You can hear that countdown in the background. That means we are almost ready to get into game. Question is, Ollie, do you really think they can repeat this now?
I think they can. I think EL Gaming have got themselves planted and sorted and rooted, and will be able to pick up another round against Hellraisers. They have to pick it up, as I said before. So I have every confidence in them.
Let's see if that confidence pays off. Once again, we're going back into game. Currently 6 rounds sitting with Hellraisers almost, and EL Gaming just with 1. Hellraisers so close to that 6th. It's going to kill them, but can they keep this pressure up? That's the question on my mind. EL Gaming going to be switching over though. Starting on the attack, Hellraisers on the defense. This may change things up.
Now, this is what I wanted to see from Kazna versus EL. I wanted to see them pick up that extra tier 8 and say, screw the tier 7, the 2 tier 7s. Let's just use them as a scout or a pester. With that extra tier 8, just do a lot more damage, have a lot more bouncing ability. It can really change the game for you. And it's good to see that from Hellraiser, but it's also reduced the overall amount of damage they can do, and the kind of flexibility of the team. Those T-54s really work well as a pack, and it really works so well as individuals, because the gun depression is bad, and it's a little bit of an awkward tank to play. So very interesting start from EL. Left side push, they got themselves sorted out, and Reflection might just be pestering Hellraisers and just kind of tempting them into what would obviously be a great trap.
Oh, and look at this build-up. They've finally spoiled them out. Black does take some damage and the spots come in. EL's Gaming, the plan is certainly up. Black is getting ripped to shreds, but it is just a small tank to go down. Monty's going to claim that one. It's not the end of the world, but can that pressure continue from EL Gaming? They're pushing in Nightmare, taking a lot from the side. Can they adjust in time? Diadol finds Nightmare. Maybe Hellraisers finally have the answer to EL Gaming's pressure. Can this style work again?
They have to go in. K-Meg found Fox and Guanren, Lusik.
Q goes down. This is still on. The firefight is certainly raging as we speak. Hellraiser's leading drastically in HP here, but can it be changed? Nice going low. Nice goes down. Dido gets his second, and this is looking very one-sided. Hellraiser's playing it so well, and surely there's no more answers to be found in this round. Reflection is low. Spring is low, and now it's just Spring. 1v4. He knows his time is up, and Nesquik claims it. They're back on track. Hellraisers are not done yet.
6-1 for Hellraisers, and they expected the push. They had Monty in that T-37 up and towards the right side on the tree row. Great play from him. He even found Reflection. He found Nightmare on the way down. Nightmare also making a few individual mistakes. He kind of turned left into Fox. Took a lot of damage. I think if Nightmare hadn't made that mistake, and if his team had given him a little bit more room, it might be a different story, as they would have been able to go into the engagement against Hellraisers with about 800, 900 more hit points, and also a tank that's not so easy to focus down, because it would have confused Hellraisers a little bit. They got more options to play with.
1 round away. Hellraisers are on the verge of claiming what is just on your screen right now. They are 1 round away, and EL Gaming have to dig so deep now. They have to go beyond belief to even make a dent in Hellraisers. The confidence must be sky high. They must be absolutely loving this Hellraisers. They're just looking so focused. They still want one more, and they know they need to focus for it, because EL Gaming are still so dangerous.
You never count EL Gaming out. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These guys just seem to be on a different plateau than everyone else mentally. They have a completely new and innovative way of working with World of Tanks, and it's one that you can't predict. It's a bit of Asian flavor. I talked to one of the player managers, and he said, you know, these Asian teams have a little bit of difference in them. They have a little bit of flavor the Europeans, the North Americans, and the Russians don't have. And it's that flavor that catches people out. It stings them in the tongue. And that's why they've been so successful. But they need to stop the rot here. They need to get that flavor back. They need to get their minds back into that plateau and try and get a couple more rounds on the board, and put Hellraisers at an awkward position where they could be seeing Cliff as that tiebreaker.
But it's so nearly flawless for Hellraisers. If they get a 7-1 scoreline, that's just phenomenal in a grand finals. Bearing in mind, it's not a fluke that EL Gaming got this far. These guys have fought with the best. There's no easy way to get to their position. But Hellraisers are just on another level. There's no two ways about it. The final round could be the one coming up next. And in your eyes, who's going to get it right now? Is it going to be Hellraisers claiming it in this next round?
Well, EL Gaming have no choice at all. I would really want to see EL continue this series and make it work for them. The thing is about EL Gaming going into this finals, into this grand finals, they had a lot of material to study up on. And they found a formula that simply works against the European, North American, Russian CIS kind of format and way of play. And, well, Hellraisers have seen all the other teams being bested by EL Gaming, and they thought, well, we see how they play, and now let's try and adapt to it and win with our own style.
And here we go. This could be the final round, ladies and gents. Hellraisers, they're on match point, they're on defense, and EL Gaming need to win now. It's do or die time. And what do you see so far?
Well, similar start for the side of Hellraisers at the beginning. They're going to the right side towards the tree road. EL Gaming look like they want to go back to what they know, and that's aggression.
And it used to work, but will it work again? This could be the final round, and Black is down to nothing already. Reflection taking one, Nightmare takes another. This is going from bad to worse. Diodor kicks it off into this round here, and let's see if they can take it all the way through. Kamiek the next on the chopping board. Diodor stands tall again, slaps down EL Gaming, and I think Hellraisers are just on another level right now. They are ripping EL Gaming to shreds. Damage across the board. Monty finds nice. Lolvo to spring. 2 now stand. Hellraisers seconds away from being the world champions. One man stands in their path, and they want this more than anything. They've taken down every single enemy, and with 2, maybe 1 more shot, instead Monty claims it. Hellraisers are your world champions.
They beat Arete, they beat Kazna, they beat Navi, and finally, to claim that crown, they beat EL Gaming.
A stunning run from Hellraisers. Stunning work from start to finish, showing they are phenomenal at what they do.
Joining us as the second seed from CIS, Hellraisers from Group B defeated the Kazna crew. They defeated Arete. And against Yato today, they defeated them in a tiebreaker 5-4. Then they defeated their rival Na'Vi. And now, after defeating EL Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, your 2015 WGL Grand Champions, Hellraisers! Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Hellraisers.
Okay. Congratulations to Hellraisers once more. Come here. Come here. I just want to grab a very quick word with you. You were kind of speechless before. Have you got any words right now? What's going through your mind?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
What is going through your mind right now?
What is
going through your mind right now? Just how wonderful is this?
that we are the world champion! What else can be in my mind?
We do have one more award to make whilst we're also crowning the world champions. We also have to award the Intel Alienware MVP Award, which by coincidence is also a Hellraisers player. Please welcome Lucic!
What?
Okay, Lucic, you are the Intel Alienware MVP for the whole tournament. Voted for and by the experts. You win an Intel i7 CPU and an Alienware Area 51 gaming system, which will blow you away, I promise you. It's backstage right now. In fact, we might even have it on stage, and you can take that home as well. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Hellraisers!
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have crowned a champion for 2015. A huge congratulations to Hellraisers and also to all the teams that participated throughout the year. And make sure to sign up at worldoftanks.com. It has been a phenomenal tournament. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And a big thank you to Warsaw. Running down the line real quick. Ola, final thoughts. She's speechless, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
we have not seen Ola speechless all weekend.
I was actually still looking at our winners because it was so unexpected, so many twists and turns in the tournament. I was just blown away by this day, by previous day. So I'm really glad that I've seen it all firsthand. So thank you very much. It was a real big pleasure.
All right, thank you, Ola. Mojo, final thoughts.
This tournament gives me shivers. I really want to play the game more than ever. This is great, just great.
All right, thank you for joining us, Mojo. Jonathan?
As a player, I thought Hellraisers were an inspiration. As a viewer, I'm a fan.
All right, and for you, Jordy?
2 words, simply amazing.
Simply amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining me here at the Expert Desk. And a huge thank you once again to everybody that tuned in. A big thank you to the city of Warsaw. Thank you so much for hosting us. And on behalf of everybody here at the Wargaming.net League, thank you for watching. A big thank you to our sponsors. Good night and good game.
comes down to this. When the final battle begins, when you have your fears, and think about giving up. Leave it all behind and rise to the challenge.